Today's program is going to be about Polk County Safe House. We have Jolene Miller, which is the Executive Director over Polk County, Walker County, and Trinity counties. Also back in the back, Christina Stutz. I think Christina wears many hats for Polk County. Stand up, Christina, let them see you. I think she wears many hats for Polk County's Safe House. Jolene's been involved in the Safe House almost from the day that it started, or right there really close, about 40 years.
Not that.
No, not that.
Take this out a little bit. I'm not too good at standing still, so I want to thank you for inviting me back here. It's good to be among friends and people that we spoke to before, and I just want to take a few minutes to kind of, for those that might be new, tell you what we do, and then just kind of how day-to-day life works, and maybe express some of our needs and how you might help, or if you know someone that can help. We have been here since 1992. We got our shelter in 1994. We did renovations on the shelter and put it in use in 1996. So from 1996 until now, we have had a shelter and an outreach office that we can see clients in. Our shelter is the facility that we use for someone to come in that needs emergency assistance. We are a 24-hour operation, meaning that we are staffed 24 hours a day. Our goal through the shelter is to help someone be abuse-free. That's the ultimate goal. And do we always see that? Probably not. But do we plant seeds? Do we put information in there to help someone be in a different place at a later point? Yes, definitely we do that. We talk to them about safety planning. We talk to them about what the relationship was like, what they would like to do. Because it's not our lives that we're working with, it is the lives of those individuals. Our shelter tends to stay full. For some of you may know, we've had at short times staffing issues, and if we don't have staff there, then we don't have the ability to keep the shelter open. But we have rebounded as quickly as we could hire people and had the shelter open so far this year, which for us the year is September. We have served 75 people through the shelter for over 2,000 shelter days. So that means everybody's staying. The 75 is a unique number, counting everybody one time. The 2,000 number is how many days they stayed and how long. While they're in there, we provide all of their food, 3 meals, 2 snacks, anything else we can do. In that direction, we provide all the food and clothing, all the clothing needs that we can. We assist with medications, with getting birth certificates, driver's license, you name it, and we work to try to help find that resource for the client. Because again, the goal is for them to move forward and not be in that abusive situation. During that time, we also do meetings to help people understand what happened in my situation. I married this person, I loved him, what went wrong? And especially when they're told it's their fault, sometimes we're having to do a lot of, or undo a lot of bad brain tapes in a sense, because you're told over and over, it's your fault, why didn't you do this? And so we have to begin to help them take that apart and look at it from a normal point of view, not from an abusive relationship that they've been in. There is no maximum stay in our shelter, because who can tell us what, whether you're in the shelter, it may take different things because you come with different resources. So you may be able to get out quickly because you have a car, you have credit cards, you have a job. Another person has none of that. They've been at home, they've not been allowed to access for that. So they're going to require different needs, and we try as much as we can to treat people as individuals so that hopefully, again, the bottom goal is that self-sufficiency in their life. And so that's a little bit about our shelter. Right now, we're pretty full. We got adults and kids running around. It's summertime, so that's always fun, new dynamics for us. But I also want to talk to you about another side of our program, and that is our outreach program. And that's somebody that doesn't need shelter because they have a safe place to live, but they are still dealing with the trauma of abuse, or abuse is affecting their life in some way, or maybe it's affecting the life of the children. There's many people that believe it only happens to adults. Children, they didn't see anything, they didn't hear anything, they're not impacted. Well, we know without a doubt that's not true. We've heard from the child themselves. I didn't know what to do. I ran to the neighbor's house if they could. I hid under the bed. All kinds of stories. So those children are definitely traumatized and impacted by the abuse. So we want to offer that support to them so that we don't again have another generation of people that are not in healthy relationships. The other thing that we do for them is we provide clothing and canned goods. If they're struggling in that area, then with the resources we have, we try to help them. Because again, we want them to maintain that self-sufficiency. And also just again, helping them go through that struggle. Maybe they were in an abusive relationship and now it's 5 years later and they haven't been in a relationship, and so now all this stuff comes up in their mind that says he's going to hit me any minute, when's it going to happen, or he's going to say something ugly. I mean, we all know abuse isn't just physical. It definitely is physical, but it's verbal, it's emotional, it's psychological. It's sexual abuse within marriage. So that's a little bit of what we do on the family violence side. The other target of our population is sexual assault. So we are the ones, if somebody goes to the hospital, that is out at the hospital with that survivor. We stay with them. We try to help them in any way that we can. We offer them resources. They, again, can have counseling and support to meet their needs in any way that they can. The same as a family violence victim. We do adults, we do children. We partner with Children's Haven and CASA. We have very specific functions. None of them overlap. They're more the forensic, the investigative side. We are the advocacy side. We are not going to be in court. We don't want to be there. We want to be there just to support that parent that their child was impacted, or that adult that was impacted by sexual assault. And so I know I've thrown a lot of information out to you. What I want to close with is to tell you, number one, for Christina, if you ask us again, you're probably going to see her face up here, because her job is education and it's recruiting volunteers and helping us raise money to support our programming. One of the unique things about how we do this program is there's probably, $35,000 worth of cost that just comes from the agency that is not raised, and that's more administrative costs, my time, some other time. So the money that is raised here is going to provide the services for the shelter, for utilities. Right now we need a handicap ramp, we need some toys in our backyard for the kids to play with. So those are two needs. But what Christina can help you with the most, and what I would love for you to do, is we need people to help us with grocery shopping. There's nothing more fun than buying 16 gallons of milk. I mean, and how many, maybe 20 rolls of toilet paper or paper towels. I mean, we use them, the house houses 17 to 18 people. So we use a lot of those items. But even transportation, helping someone get to get their job or to get to childcare, any of those needs. So she has forms back there. If you want to sign up and you're interested in serving in that capacity, we won't take your whole life. 2 hours, an hour a week would be great. It would be so helpful for us being able to carry out services, because we are a very skeletal service here. And also we have an email and paper newsletter. So if you're interested in getting more regular information from us, then please see her and give her your information, because we'd love to put you on the contact list. We have here board members, we have former board members, we have advisory members, Marty, Rachel, Dr. Zaki, Dr. Z, as I'm used to calling him. We have lots of friends that have been associated with us. And I just want to leave you saying thank you for your support. We had a car donated almost a year ago. We were able to give that to a client in the Livingston shelter, and her 4 kids were able to get into housing. She got a job, and then she had transportation. And I tell that story and it still gives me goosebumps. Maybe I'm just silly or whatever, but that is community working together, and that is a woman being self-sufficient and abuse-free. She had not a clue that that could happen when she came into our program. And so thank you again for your support, and just if you have any questions, let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.